Have you ever been put on the spot and your brain just freezes?
Okay, great. What do you think, Blaz?
Whether it's a meeting, interview, or just small talk, the way you respond does make a difference. Today, I'll share 5 simple tricks that help you think fast and sound smart, most of the time. Stop worrying about what others may think of your response, because overthinking destroys fast and critical thinking. Instead, focus on how to provide the best possible answer to the question that was asked. The person that's asking you the question usually expects an honest answer from you, and you just trying to help them with your best possible answer is actually going to impress them more than you actually thinking about how to impress that person and giving the answer that you think they may want. You're going to be way more confident when you're going to be focusing on helping the other person, not impressing them with your answer. A neat little trick here is that when somebody asks you a question unexpectedly, just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, and then answer the question. And what's going to happen here is that your subconscious has already formed the answer that you believe in and the answer that you think is the best way to respond to the question. Try it and let me know what actually happened. Be direct and get straight to the point. It's 2025 and filler intros just don't work anymore. No more of, oh, that's a great question, or just repeat the question to buy some time. Be direct and just say, I need to think about this for a few seconds, or just give me a few moments to gather my thoughts. That's completely enough. And you don't need to do anything else. Then just think quickly, and respond to the question that they actually asked you. So handle the unknown. If you don't have an answer right away or after a few seconds of thinking, just acknowledge it. I don't have the answer, but I'll get an answer for you in an hour, a day, or a week. It doesn't matter. Just tell the people that are involved in this conversation that you don't know. Don't answer it with the way a politician would answer it, with a long and exhaustive answer, when in the end, after 5 minutes of you talking, nobody even knows first what the question was and then what your answer was, because you're just muddling it through all across. It's gonna make you sound unprofessional, fake, and pretty much a fraud. Whereas me just saying I don't have an answer right away is actually gonna increase my authority and others' confidence and trust in me that I'm gonna be providing them the right and correct answer when I actually have one. So be honest and don't be a politician. This is my unapologetic one-on-one offer. If you'd like to work with me, there's a link in the description below. Change your tone of voice and use intriguing connectors to keep people engaged. If you're answering and talking for a while, it's always great to use connectors, as in, here's the twist. What's surprising is, even more important than this, it's this. And when you're changing your tone of voice, it also pretty much focuses on what the most important part of the conversation is. You will want to change and up your tone of voice when you have something really crucial and some key element to say. And then you can move down to a more leveled presentation. Now, what's that going to do is that people are going to be engaged, they're going to be listening, and even if they're not listening, when you raise your tone of voice, they're actually going to start noticing again, hey, what happened? Okay, I need to be careful. I need to actually listen to him right now because there's something important to say, because he raised their voice. So raising and lowering our tone of voice actually plays into our subconscious mind, our subconscious brain, because what our subconscious brain is looking for is danger. And when we actually increase our voice, there's going to be red flags in our brain. Something's happening. I need to be really prepared. I need to be really alert on what's going on, and it's going to snap other people from their train of thought, from just their daydreaming, and focus on you, because for that millisecond their subconscious brain is actually thinking that you're the danger. And this is how you're going to be snapping everybody back to attention and to actually listening on what they're saying, on what you're saying. So always structure your ideas, because it increases attention and provides clarity. So here are the 3 reasons why I think that this is important. And try and keep it short. So use 2 to 3 points, or at maximum, if you can, 4 or 5. The reasoning behind this is that when you reply almost instantly, it's hard for us to remember 4 or 5 points or even more. The best way to do it is just to say, hey, here are the 3 things that why I think that this is important. And then even if I know I maybe have a 4th or a 5th one, or even maybe a 6th or a 7th one, when I get to point number 3, I'm just going to be adding, okay, and an additional point, so point number 4 and point number 5. So that way, I actually make sure that people are going to be keeping their attention span towards me because they're going to be thinking that I only have 3 points. And at the same time, I'm not going to be embarrassing myself in trying to say something like, oh, so the fifth point is, oh, I honestly can't remember it right now, but it's going to come up to me later and we can come back to it. Usually you never come back to it because the conversation has already moved. So always structure your ideas and keep them short and crisp so that people are actually going to be listening to you and not just daydreaming somewhere because you're mumbling around and not having a structure to your own thoughts and to your own response. When you use all of these 6 tips together, you're going to be able to think faster, sound smarter, and actually look like you have your shit together. Now, go and take a check of this video because I think you're going to like it.